Kritika here. In this video, we are going to learn about finding the solution for system of linear equation using Gauss-Jacobi method. I have taken an example equation. Before solving the equation, let's quickly recollect the steps to be followed to solve it. First, we have to get the value of x, y and z from the given equation. After getting that, we have to initialize the value of x, y and z to 0. Now we'll get the new value for x, y and z. This value is to be substituted back in the given equation and this iteration is to be repeated. We have to repeat this iteration till we get same value in the consecutive iteration. Once we get the repeated value, we'll stop the iteration and at last we'll get the value of x, y and z. Let's see how to solve it now. Before solving using Gauss-Jacobi method, main thing to be noted is the equation what you are taking is to be diagonally dominant. Diagonally dominant means the elements, that is the value in the diagonal, should be greater than the respective elements in the row and column. In the given equation, these are the diagonal elements and these elements should be greater than the values in the respective row and column. So when you see like that, in the first equation the rule is not satisfied. Whereas in second equation, here 10 is greater than the value in the respective row and then column. When you take the third equation, here also the diagonal element is the last one, z. The first value is dominant here. So what we can do is, you can rearrange the equation in such a way that the equation is diagonally dominant. Let me rearrange it. So this equation will come first. It is 10x plus y minus z equal to 11.19 will become the first equation. The next equation should be x plus 10y plus z equal to 20.08 and third equation is minus x plus y and 10z equal to 35.61. So when you see now, the diagonal elements are dominant now. At this stage, we can start using Gauss-Jacobi method. As I said, the first step is we have to get the value of x, y and z from the given equation. So these three are the given equation. So let us get the value of x, y and z. So here the first equation is 10x plus y minus z equal to 11.19. Here we need to get the value of x. So let me keep x alone in the left hand side and bring the other values to the right hand side. So let us take this as equation 1. Similarly, from the second equation, which is x plus 10y plus z equal to 20.08. So here we are going to get the value of y. So I am having y in the left hand side, rest of the elements to right side, minus x minus z. I need the value of y, so it is 1 by 10 into 20.08 minus x minus z. This is going to be equation 2. Then it is third equation, which is minus x plus y plus 10z equal to 35.61. To get the value of z, the same procedure, which is 35.61 plus x minus y and z equal to 1 by 10 into 35.61 plus x minus y. This is equation 3. Now we have obtained equation 1, 2 and 3. The next step is to initialize the value of x, y and z to 0. In iteration 1, let us initialize the value of x, y and z to 0. We know this is equation 1, 2 and 3. So in the first equation, since this is going to be iteration 1, I am naming the x as x1. x1 equal to 1 by 10 into 11.19 minus y value is 0 plus z value is also 0, 1.119. Similarly, the y value, it is y by 10, 20.08 minus x value is 0 and z value is also 0, 2.008. Then z value 1 by 10 35.61 plus x value is 0 minus z value is also 0, 3.561. You can draw a tabular column like this so that you can enter the values as soon as you get the values in the iteration, which will help you to know the convergence of values. The value that we got in first iteration is 1.119 is the x value and 2.008 is the y value and z value is 3.561. We'll continue the iteration. You're going to substitute the value of x, y and z what we obtained in the previous step in the equation. Now let us substitute the new value in the equation, in the same equation. So second iteration, x2 equal to 1 by 10, 11.19 minus y is the value. Now the y value what we got is 2.008 plus z value is 3.561. Next is y2. Again it is 1 by 10 into 20.08 minus x. The new x value is 1.119 minus z and the new z value is 3.561. Then z2 equal to 1 by 10 into 35.61 plus x value is 1.119 minus z value is 3.561. So we have to substitute the newly obtained x value in the equation, which is equation 1, this is equation 2 and this is equation 3. Let's get the value of these equations in calculator. 1 by 10 to get the x2 value, press 1 alpha and then this key by 10, open the bracket, it is 11.19 minus 2.008 plus 3.561, close the bracket, equal to, the value is 1.274. Similarly the y value, 1 alpha by 10, open the bracket, 20.08 minus 1.119 minus 3.561, close the bracket, equal to, the answer is 1.540. The value of z, 1 by 10, open the bracket, 35.61 plus 1.119 minus 3.561, close the bracket, equal to, it is 3.317. Now note the new value in the tabular column, 3.317. x3 equal to 1 by 10. Now substitute the last value of what you got for x, y and z in the same equation. It is 11.19 minus y, x2 value is 1.274, y2 value is 1.540, z2 value is 3.317. Let's substitute it. So the equation is 1 by 10 into 11.19 minus y. So y value is 1.540 plus z value is 3.317. Now let us use a calculator to find these values. 3.357. So after getting the values, don't forget to note down in the tabular column 1.297. Let us continue the iteration till the value gets converged. You can see the tabulated value. The iteration 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 values are entered here. When you see the iteration 4 and 5, you could see the value of x is same and y is also repeated, and the value of z differs only by a 0.001 value. It means that the value has started to converge. Even if you want, you can continue the 6th iteration also, or else we can stop up to here, since we got 2 repeated values and one value differs only with the minute changes, so that we can stop the iteration here and we obtain the value of x, y and z now. So after the 5th iteration, the value of 1.300, 1.543 and 3.356, and this is the value of x, y and z. Hope this is clear to you.